It's the Immaculate Podcast.
You are now listening to the Immaculate One.
The Immaculate Podcast.
You are now tuned into the Immaculate One.
It's the Immaculate Podcast.
You are now listening to the Immaculate One.
It's the Immaculate Podcast.
You are now tuned into the Immaculate One.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are back for a special March Madness episode of the Immaculate Podcast. I am the Immaculate One. You guys already know me. And if you don't, I am the Immaculate One. But everybody knows me, so I don't have to go into an introduction. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to the Immaculate Podcast. Get your popcorn ready because your boy be going in sometimes. So I just wanted to make sure that everybody is here, locked and loaded and ready to go. First and foremost, guys, I'd like to give a shout out to all my sponsors, guys. We got some new sponsors. By the way, guys, if you know anyone who wants to get in on the sponsorship for the Immaculate Podcast, guys, make sure that you reach out, put a comment in the comment section, DM me, whichever way you want to get a hold of me, it works best. I've had a couple sponsors reach out, and they're officially on the sponsor part. Basically, what I do, guys, just to give you the short story of the sponsorship, is basically anytime that the Immaculate Podcast goes on the airwaves, you will get a shout out for your business or whatever platform that you have. If you want me to do like a particular slogan, any type of deals or anything like that, guys, I will be able to do that every single time. I usually do anywhere between 4 to 6 podcast episodes or some sort of live feeds each month. Sometimes it's even more than that. Also, anytime that I have events and stuff like that, your business will be mentioned as well. Also, as far as the viewership, I think my lowest rated video was like around 1.5K views. My highest one was like 7K views. But when I like did the math and checked everything out, it was around 3.5, 3.6 is what ChatGPT kind of like averaged out. So again, if you are a business and you want to get your business out there, I range about 3,500, 3,600 people that view the video. So when you crunch the numbers down, you're looking around less than $1.50 a view, a person. So it's very cheap. I'm not doing it necessarily for the money. I'm doing it to put businesses on. Obviously, I have to charge something, but I charge very minimum. You can reach out to some of these other businesses, and they'll tell you that I cut them hella deals. So I'm going to get into our first sponsor, guys. It's ShamFit Studios. ShamFit Studios is a local fitness facility. It is absolutely immaculate. You see what I did there? But what's really cool about it, guys, is it has a very clean, state-of-the-art facility. They literally have dumbbells up to like 120. They have squat racks. They have deadlift platforms. They have one of the only few rare glute machines that I know that a lot of women typically like to use. Hell, I've used it before, and it fucking kills. They got Stairmasters, treadmills, bikes, row machines. You name it, guys. They have it all. And all the equipment is less than a few years old. I've been there ever since they opened. It is a very, very, very clean gym. They also have showers in there as well. They have classes which will also be upstairs. The Sweat It Out classes are super amazing, guys. What I personally like about the Sweat It Out classes is that they literally have so many stations within this area upstairs, and they have these TV monitors up that you guys can actually connect with your Fitbits and be able to target your heart rate and keep tracking your goals and stuff like that. Not to mention their classes are deep too, so you're not just doing it with just you and one other person. I mean, I've seen them have as big as like 15, 20 people in a class. I've seen them range at about 5 to 12, 5 to 15, somewhere around there. Their classes are super, super motivational. It's people of all different types, between beginners, intermediate, and advanced gym goers, guys. So you'll fit in no matter where you go, what time of the class. They run classes all throughout the day. I know for a fact that Charles has literally like several treadmills that are not normal that you won't find in other gyms, and I know for a fact he spent well over $15,000 per machine. It has multiple settings on there. It's probably one of my favorite things about the gym. It has like a push sled option on there. It has all these different types of training programs that you can do, and not to mention the platform of it is very, very, very soft, and it's actually good for people with knee issues, ankle issues, shin splints, you name it. No, most of these treadmills in other gyms don't have that kind of stuff. So like I said, ShamFit goes above and beyond. Also, guys, like I said, they have classes as well. They have sweated out classes. They have boxing classes, yoga. I've seen multiple classes that they have, guys. They are doing it at ShamFit Studios. So all you guys got to do is drop the Immaculate podcast, and you guys will get a free week. And I'll say that one more time real quick. If you guys drop the Immaculate podcast at ShamFit Studios, you tell them the Immaculate one sent you, you will get a free week there. That means you guys will get to try out the gym, you guys will get to try out the sweated out class, you guys get to try out the boxing class, you get to try out the yoga class. Do I need to keep going? ShamFit Studios is where it's at. Don DeMarco, ladies and gentlemen.
Don DeMarco.
Bang, bang.
Shit like that.
Our second sponsor, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go after Guardian Storage. Guardian Storage is a local storage facility. Ladies and gentlemen, they are located on South Green River Road. It is a newer storage facility. They are running a special deal for the Immaculate Podcast family. If you guys go in there and drop the Immaculate Podcast, you guys are going to get your first 2 months at 50% off. I will say that again. If you drop the Immaculate podcast to get you a storage unit, all you got to do is say, hey, the Immaculate one sent me, and here's the promo code of the Immaculate podcast, and they're going to give you the first 2 months at 50% off. Also, I left out a small detail. You know how most places when you sign up to gyms, you sign up to storage units, you sign up to anything else that has a membership attached to it, they always want to hit you with the administrative fees. They are doing a specific deal for the Immaculate Podcast, and if you drop the name of the Immaculate Podcast, they're also going to waive all admin fees. So not only that you're getting the admin fees waived, so that means extra money that you get to save, and your first 2 months at 50% off. They are hooking up the Immaculate Podcast, people. It's hot in here already.
Shit like that.
Also, guys, I also got to give a shout out to our merch game, our team that's literally killing it for the Immaculate Podcast. They are doing the Immaculate Podcast t-shirts, the 24 karat gold editions. They have the original Immaculate Podcast t-shirts. Guys, they're doing the Immaculate Podcast blender bottles that just dropped a few days ago. They also are doing koozies. I got wristbands that are getting ready to come out. I got hoodies. Yes, I'm dropping an A-ball right now, ladies and gentlemen. There is the Immaculate Podcast Immaculate Podcast hoodies that are going to be coming out next week. Right now, I have about two larges left. Actually, I've already sold 3 today. I have 2 larges left. I didn't think they were going to sell this quick, so I went ahead, paid a little extra money. I got an extra large. I have 3 extra larges coming in, and I also have 3. I have 3 2XLs coming in as well. Both of the XL and the 2XL will be coming in next week. So if you need a bigger size, the Immaculate one's got you, because y'all just keep buying up the merch. Again, I was buying the larges as a test subject, and all of a sudden, boom, I almost sold all 5 of them just today. I only have 2 left of the largest. So if you guys want any of the Immaculate Podcast merch, from the 24 karat gold new edition t-shirts, these just dropped like 2.5 weeks ago, and I've literally sold, I want to say maybe about 35 of them. And then the original Immaculate Podcast, because I know some people don't like the flashy look, even though the golden 24 karat gold flakes, there's not many of them, but they do stand out. When you put them in the light, they do shine. Some people might not necessarily like that, so we have the original Immaculate Podcast shirts for anyone that doesn't want the flare on it. And then, like I said, guys, we also have the Immaculate Podcast blender bottles. I just got those a few days ago. I've literally already sold 8 of those. I only ordered 25 of them. I do have a few other people that are going to pick those up within the next few days. I think by the end of the week, I probably might sell about 12 of them. So I will be almost halfway through that order. So again, if you guys haven't got the chance to get that, jump on it now because people are buying this stuff left and right because Fat Tees is killing it for the Immaculate podcast. Now, back to Fat Tees. If you guys need custom shirts, custom jerseys, custom hats, any type of custom prints, backpacks, you name it, anything custom you want, and you guys got a family reunion, an event, a sports team, or anything like that, if you guys go in and drop the Immaculate podcast, he is going to give you 20 motherfucking % off. Let me say that again. Fat Tees is doing something special for the Immaculate podcast, for the people of the Immaculate podcast family. And if you go in and drop the Immaculate podcast, he's going to give you 20% off on any custom order. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a motherfucking deal. Don DeMarco, Fat Tees.
Don DeMarco.
Bang, bang, bang.
Shit like that.
Boy. Fat Tees is killing it for the Immaculate podcast, and I'm super grateful for that. They're literally just going above and beyond, so I wanted to make sure that they got their shout out. Another shout out to our other sponsor. This is Checking In with Charles, founded certified peer support specialist, certified life coach, Charles Hagan, offering peer-led mental health service and life advancement. Be your own hero and take the steps that matter. Ladies and gentlemen, I always say this, and I said it in a few other podcasts. We don't have many life coaches that are local. We always have Instagram influencers, TikTok influencers, and X-fluencers. These are people that you guys will never necessarily meet. People will pay these people to get life experience and right direction and just advice in general to put their lives back on track. And the thing is a lot of the stuff is pre-recorded. It's pre-scripted and things like that. So you're not getting the real authentic self of the coach that you actually are hiring. What's really cool about Checking In with Chuck is he's local. Like, he's local. His life experience speaks for itself. He is very well known around town. He is not only going to go above and beyond for you, but he's going to go the extra mile to make sure you get your situation back on track. Guys, Checking In with Chuck is taking over, and the Immaculate One told you here first. So make sure you go in there, tell him the Immaculate One sent you, and get your life back on track.
Bang, bang.
Yeah, they're coming in, guys. Like I told you before, I'll tell you guys again. It's just one of those things that the Immaculate podcast is growing with all of our sponsors and everything as well. So, it's just one of those things that I am very grateful for. We got another sponsor as well that I really want to knock out, guys. This is Surface Apparel Company, the official home of Antidote Athletics. It says your one-stop shop for custom apparel, jerseys, and uniforms, offering graphic designs, screen printing, embroidery, dyes, sub, banners, decals, and so many more. Visit our website at surfaceapparelco.com. The dopest apparel and jerseys in the motherfucking game. Don DeMarco for them.
Bang, bang.
That's my boy Jason Evans, and he's over there killing it as well, guys. I'm not gonna lie, I've seen some of their jerseys. Matter of fact, I have one of their Antidote jerseys for softball. I know they're providing for the softball market. They're literally shutting the game down. So I wanted to give them a shout out as well because they're our newest sponsee for the Immaculate podcast. Guys, like I said, I'm going to say it again. The Immaculate podcast is growing. People jumping on the motherfucking bandwagon. So you better jump on before we take the fuck off. And the thing is that these paid sponsors are all going to end up coming in. They're going to continuously be here. So if you know someone who's got a small business or just a business that they want to be able to expand to a new horizon, like I said, guys, I range anywhere between 1.5 to 7K views. If you want to branch out to another group of eyes to put your business out there, drop it in the comment section. Hit me up on the DMs. I am extremely affordable, guys, because it does not take me much to give you guys a shout out every single time that I'm on the airwaves. So if you're interested, let me know. Yo, shout out to my boy Twan, man. Don DeMarco, I see you in there, Twan. gonna be on 2K in a little bit.
bang,
Had to come
bang.
talk to my people real quick. Yo, Haley, I see you in the comment section as well. Shout out to my homegirl. She's always a big supporter for your boy, man. She always be doing the thing. So anytime that I come out with new merch, she's like, Micus, you gotta stop coming out with new merch because I keep buying everything and I gotta stop buying stuff. And here's the thing. The support is absolutely phenomenal, and I can't thank her enough. So shout out to you, girl. Tell your daughter I said hi to, that pretty little thing. She is something else every time I see her little videos. God, it just makes me smile every time. So shout out to you. Shout out to everybody that's in there tuning in right now, whether you're tuning in live or you're tuning in the future. I just want to say thank you for taking the time for jumping into and watch the Immaculate podcast, because you guys could be doing something else. I also wanted to give you guys a heads up on the event coming up. April 1st, I will start doing donations for the Boys and Girls Club. Guys, I told you guys I want to do something big for 2026 for the kids. I want to start with the Boys and Girls Club. They do keep a lot of kids off the street. I was a child of the Boys and Girls Club product. I was there from 8 years old all the way up until I aged out at 17. They do an amazing job, guys. They keep us active as kids. They feed us. They put us on trips and things like that, guys. So I really want to support the Boys and Girls Club in any type of way that I can. So I had a couple people already trying to donate to me. I will not take donations until April 1st, guys. Please do not try to send them to me. If you try to Cash App or Venmo me, I will send it back. I just do that personally because I like to keep receipts on everything. I like to keep everything nice and concise because I want everybody to know that every single dime of any donation goes to the event. I do not pocket anything. I don't even pocket 10 cents of it. So I want you guys to know that your hard-earned dollars, my hard-earned dollars, and everyone else's hard-earned dollars are all going to benefit the kids of the Boys and Girls Club. So if you are interested, keep that in the back of your mind. I will continuously post that to keep reminding you guys. I will take donations for the first 3 weeks. The last week, I will pick a designated day, which I will let you guys know ahead of time for the ones that want to volunteer their time, to where we will actually go to the Boys and Girls Club. We will feed the kids. We will talk to them for a little bit, and then we're going to donate the rest of the money to them so that way that they can go out on a school trip. They can pay for books. They can pay for writing paper, pencils. Heck, they can pay for more stuff just so they can do inside the Boys and Girls Club, ladies and gentlemen. The Immaculate Podcast, like I told you, we are not just about talking on a microphone, talking in front of a camera. We're about giving back to the community and doing God's work, which reminds me, Don DeMarco for the man upstairs. Won't he do it?
Bang, bang.
Shit like that.
Yo, shout out to my brother Ryan in Philly. Yo, in PA, man, I see you, my boy. He said my brother can't wait to take the field with you again this year. Listen, brother, I actually have a torn tricep, as crazy as that sounds. I just tore it on Saturday, wrestling. And so I'm going to be shut down for 4 months. But this summer, in July, I will be ready, locked and loaded. I will already be in shape because your boy worked too hard to get into the perfect form of shape. So make sure you're ready. And you already know, when you fly down, you come stay with your boy, you're going to be sitting right here in this seat so we can jump on the motherfucking podcast so we can talk some shit. So stay locked in, my boy. I got you. Ladies and gentlemen, guys, now that I can get through all that, I just want to get into the NCAA bracket. I know you guys all have your brackets. I'm curious to see who you guys are having that's winning the national championship. Obviously, you guys know that I'm a diehard Duke fan. You know that we obviously had a close game today. I ain't gonna lie, I was sweating just a little bit, but Duke has had quite a few close games this year. We had lost 2, which both of those were to a last-second shot, which, hey, kudos to the teams that had hit their shots, which I don't even want to mention one of them, but, Carolina's in there. Shout out to the North Carolina fans. But, anytime that the games are close with Duke this year, I don't know what it is. We hold our composures and we don't crack generally. So the fact that we lost our 2 games to last-second shots makes me feel very confident going into the tournament. Again, whenever we were in the second half, I knew we was going to make a run. We are Duke. We are the overall number 1 seed. I do believe that our defense is going to carry us over into a deep play, to the deep run into the tournament. So, I just want to go over a few of my picks that I had. Let's see. For the Duke game, obviously, I had Duke. The Ohio State TCU, I had TCU winning that game. St. John, North Iowa, I got North Iowa winning that game. Kansas and California Baptist, which, first of all, who the hell is California Baptist? All I know is North Iowa, you better hit them with a and beat the shit out of them, because I can tell you anything with the last name Baptist on it cannot be that good, okay? Nothing against the church. Listen, I love my church. I love my church family. I love my church people. But anything with a name Baptist on the backside of it cannot be that good. But if for some reason they win, I am going all in on California Baptist. Yes, Lord. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? No, but no. Anyway, guys, I have Kansas. I have Kansas beating California Baptist. I got Louisville beating South Florida. Michigan State beating North Dakota State. I have UConn winning their game. Listen, I'm not going to bore you guys with going all these names. I'm just going to tell you the teams that I have winning. I have Florida winning their game. Clemson winning their game. I have Vandy winning their game today. I have Nebraska already winning their game, obviously. I got North Carolina winning their game. Yo, shout out to my boy Ryan. I got Pennsylvania, ladies and gentlemen. I got Pennsylvania winning their game today. I'm just letting y'all know Pennsylvania is going to end up beating Illinois. I'm just letting y'all know. If you ain't got it by now, you just ain't going to get it. That's one of the sleeper picks. Like I said, I also had a couple other sleeper picks, which I'll go into. I got Texas upsetting St. Mary's. Houston obviously winning their game. I got Arizona, of course. Nova beating Utah State. I actually had High Point beating Wisconsin. If you cannot believe it, it is on my paper. And I actually have High Point beating Arkansas in the next round as well. You heard it here first. High Point is my sleeper pick. I got them literally losing to Arizona in the Sweet 16. So y'all heard it here first. Don't be like, oh, Mike is just all of a sudden jumped on the bandwagon. Guys, listen, there's always a 5-12 upset. That was one of the ones every year that I always do these brackets. I always pick at least 2 to 3 5-12 upsets. It always happens. You cannot avoid it, and that's the one I picked. I know a lot of people were like, damn, High Point busted my bracket. Shame on you, because High Point's over here hitting people with a... And they about to knock some teams out, and a lot of people's going to lose a lot of money. So, High Point, I see you. Anyway, like I said, I got Arkansas winning their game against Hawaii, which I believe, I don't know if they've already played yet or not. Texas, I got them beating BYU. I got Gonzaga winning their game. I got Miami winning their game. I got Purdue winning their game. Michigan winning their game. I got an upset for St. Louis. I got Texas Tech. I actually have Nebraska. No, actually, I lied to you. I have Alabama winning their game. I have Miami of Ohio for another 5-12 upset. Do not sleep on Miami of Ohio. Miami of Ohio. I'm telling you guys, I know what you're thinking. Ain't no way. Look at their record. They didn't really play anybody. Listen, those small teams are the ones that bot people out because they just have a boatload of confidence. Watch out for them. I promise you, they will knock some heads loose. I got them going all the way to the Sweet 16. I got Virginia winning their game. I got Kentucky losing to Santa Clara. So all you UK fans, y'all can suck it, because you're going to take this hot L because y'all been inconsistent as shit. And I got a feeling that y'all are going to get upset. Listen, if y'all win, kudos to y'all. You should win. But at the end of the day, this is a tournament and there's going to be upsets. And that's one of my picks. So you got to take it and deal with it. So suck it, UK fans. I don't like you anyway. And my boy Christian Leitner told me to tell you, he said, what's up? Shout out to Christian Leitner. If you don't know what that means, just Google Christian Leitner in UK and it'll tell you why. So I got Iowa State also winning today as well. Kind of to go over my next picks for Sweet 16. I got Duke obviously winning. I got Louisville upsetting UConn. Again, don't sleep on Louisville. Louisville is actually pretty good. I know they got a couple bad losses, but it seems like in the ACC they've done a really good job playing the likes of like my Blue Devils and North Carolina, and they've played a lot of good teams and played them to the wire. They've beat some good teams, so I just truly believe that Louisville actually has what it takes to actually slip past UConn. I have Florida losing to Vanderbilt as well with an upset. Guys, you're hearing these upsets now, so that way y'all personally know that the Immaculate One tried to tell you in the first place so you don't lose your money to do these buster picks and stop picking with your gut and pick with common sense. There is a lot of upsets that's going to happen, guys. Do not be stupid and lose your money. Don't bet all these great teams because you know they're always going to get bopped. There's always a bracket buster. There's always a Cinderella team. There's always a 5 and 12 upset. Hell, there's going to be multiple upsets, so use your common sense, guys. Throw a dart and pick a team that you do not expect to win, and I promise you will thank me later. I do have Houston beating North Carolina in the Sweet 16. Kind of going to the Sweet 16 on the other bracket. I got Arizona beating High Point. I got Miami beating Texas. Guys, I'm telling you, do not sleep on Miami. They were doing very well in the ACC. I do think they're going to do some damage in the tournament. I got Michigan beating Texas Tech, and also have Iowa State beating Miami of Ohio. At that point, Miami of Ohio just won't have the firepower for Iowa State. There's just levels to this game. Unfortunately, I feel like that's where they're going to run dry. Going to the Final Four, I got Duke obviously beating Louisville. We've already beat them twice this year. They always say it's hard to beat a team 3 times. It ain't going to be hard for the Duke Blue Devils. We're just so locked in defensively, and then just Cam Boozer's just, in my opinion, I think he's the best player in the country. You guys can put some of these other guys who's got the number 1 and number 2 picks. I think right now they got Cam going 3rd in the NBA draft. I promise you he has a game like Pablo Banchero. This man will come into the NBA. I promise you he will get Rookie of the Year. He will dominate. Somehow I know he's going to end up with the Spurs. I don't know why I feel like that. I feel like they're going to get a top 3, top 4 pick, and somehow they're going to get him, and they need a power forward. You heard it here first. I'm going to dial it back during the draft time, and I'm going to say I told you so. I got Houston beating Vanderbilt to go to the Final Four. I have Miami beating Arizona. Arizona, in my opinion, has been a little iffy this year when it comes to playing very big games. If you have been watching the Wildcats this year, they have lost some big games. Not many, but they have lost a couple of them, so it makes me think that they will fold under pressure. And I just think some of these ACC teams this year are actually they're more dangerous than what their record says. So I think Miami's going to pull the upset to make it to the Final Four. And I do think Iowa State's going to beat Michigan as well. So my Final Four is Duke, Houston, Miami, and Iowa State. Obviously, my Dukies are going to make it to the national championship game. That's given. Then I got Iowa State beating Miami. Again, there's levels. I just think Iowa State just has a little bit far of a better team. I think they're a little more balanced than what Miami is, and I think just the amount of pressure will eventually make Miami fold. Obviously, they're not a dominant team in the ACC, but they did stand 10 toes in the ACC this year, but I think they're going to come up short. And then last but not least, you have Duke versus Iowa State for the national championship, and I have Duke Blue Devils winning 78-70. I'm telling you guys, go ahead and put all your money on the Duke Blue Devils because we're winning it this year. I know what you're thinking. Hey, Mike, this last year you guys were up 9 and you gave it up in the last minute. So I don't care. This is a new year. The Duke Blue Devils is coming this year. They're better than last year. We're one of the top teams. Matter of fact, we're the top team in the country in defense efficiency, and then we're also one of the better teams offensively in the country. So when you put both of those together, you got Coach Shire, and you got, in my opinion, the best player in the country in Cam Boozer. You can't fucking lose. So put your money on Duke. I don't care if you're a North Carolina fan, a Kentucky fan, an Indiana fan, a Notre Dame fan, or a fan of California Baptist. Put your motherfucking money on Duke, because Duke is winning it this year. We're going to prove to y'all why we're the best team in the country, why we've always been the best team in the country, and why Cam Boozer is going to be the best player in this year's draft. Book it, carry it, take it away, save it for later, come back, see me in the comment sections and be like, hey, Micahs, man, I know You was right, bro. You was right. And all I'm going to say is, hey, I don't need no money from you. Just make sure you share this podcast episode so it gets out to someone else so we can be able to make sure other people know that the Immaculate one knows what the hell he's talking about. Because here at the Immaculate Podcast, we do it all. We talk sports, we talk religion, we talk relationships, we talk economy, we talk politics, we talk about trending topics, we talk about anything and everything that you guys want to hear, anything that I think is relevant, or anything that you guys comment and want to hear about, guys. We do it all here. Also, I just wanted to make sure, if you haven't already, hit that motherfucking like button. All you got to do, guys, I don't need money from you. You guys don't have to buy merch or none of that stuff. Just a simple hit the like button will help your boy out. It'll help your boy out a lot because the Immaculate Podcast is growing at a substantial amount of rate, and it's mind-blowing how well we're doing, guys. I mean, we've only been doing this for a little over a year. We have sold over 75 t-shirts, guys. We have multiple design t-shirts. We literally have blender bottles now. We have koozies. We got rubber bands coming. We got hoodies. I never would have fathomed any of this, guys, for the Immaculate Podcast, but all this shows on how much we're growing. And the thing is we're getting fans all over the world, guys. I've seen fans come from Africa. I've seen them from the European side. I always pay attention to our insight. I've seen people in Germany. I've seen them in France. I've seen them in Philippines. I've seen them in Indonesia. Guys, it's mind-blowing. I've even seen them in Canada and Mexico. I'm like, how do you guys find the Immaculate Podcast, which I am extremely grateful for. Matter of fact, Don DeMarco for all my new people. Thanks for giving the Immaculate one a chance. That's all I ask. You know what I mean? You may not necessarily gravitate to every podcast episode that I have, but I try to branch out and put multiple different types out there so it appeases to everybody. But again, the fact that we're getting all these fans from different types of walks of life, something's got to be working, ladies and gentlemen. So again, I'm very grateful for every single person that chimes in here. I don't care if you're here for 3 seconds, 3 minutes, 30 minutes, 3 hours, whatever it is, guys. I really appreciate you supporting the Immaculate Podcast. Like I said, you don't ever have to buy anything, but if you just hit that simple like button, if you guys go into the Immaculate Podcast Facebook page and give us a like, jump on our YouTube page at the Immaculate Podcast. Make sure you guys subscribe to us, guys. Go onto our TikTok account. Guys, I'm making all these extra accounts for you guys. I don't gain anything from them necessarily. I just like to be able to push content out to different eyes. The TikTok account is the Immaculate Podcast 1. The TikTok account's a little different. Mainly what I do on there is just kind of like shorts. It's kind of like YouTube shorts. Basically for there, I just mainly do that so that way it benefits anyone who doesn't want to watch the longer jaded episodes. They just kind of want to see the cliff notes and stuff like that. They could go to the TikTok account. So make sure you guys, if you guys are on TikTok, follow us at the Immaculate Podcast 1. And then also on Instagram, we are the Immaculate Podcast 1 on Instagram. I just put this Instagram page up like 2.5, 3 weeks ago. And again, we're only branching out to get to new eyes, guys. We're also going to be eventually on X. We're also going to be on Kick. We're also going to be on a Rumble. Guys, I'm expanding the brand literally out to so many different types of platforms because we really need to expand this platform out to new eyes that we generally don't get. You guys are always going to be my number one supporters, but I got to be able to branch out to new eyes to keep pushing the brand out there. Like I said, guys, it's not just about talking on a microphone. It's not about talking in front of a camera. We want to push action into the community. I want people to replicate what we do here at the Immaculate Podcast, and that's to go out into the community and make the world better than you found it. That is our slogan, is literally leave the world better than you found it. If you do that and believe in that, guys, you walk with the Immaculate movement and you don't even know it. So again, if you support anything that the Immaculate Podcast does, guys, we have merch that literally says literally leave the world better than you found it. Cups, koozies, like I said, we got wristbands coming out, bro. We got hoodies coming out, yo. We got it all, and we're gonna continuously to keep pushing new merch. As long as you guys are buying, I'm going to keep trying to create new ways to keep pushing this stuff out. I'm not even charging a lot of money for this stuff. I know sometimes I'll run in ChatGPT and I'll be like, well, how much is it going rate for this? And it's usually double the prices that I'm asking for, because again, I'm not here from the money aspects. It's about getting the brand out there, so that way when you guys are out, say at the gym, and someone's like, man, what's the Immaculate podcast about? And you guys can be like, well, hey, you know, they talk about everything and anything, and then they also go out in the community and they also help improve the community. They help the homeless, they help the kids, and they do all this, and there's no tax write-off. We're not no organization. You know, we're not doing this because we want to be able to benefit off of it. We're simply doing this for God's work. This is what God told me to do, and obviously I have a platform and a vision, and you guys believe in that vision. So the more people that want to know what the Immaculate podcast is about, that's why I got the merch out there. So I have the t-shirts, and I have the cups, and I have the blender bottle. I'm sorry, yes, the blender bottles, and I also have the koozies and the hoodies and the wristbands. So that way there's a talk of a conversation. I've had a few people come up to me and said that the 24 karat gold edition t-shirts have been drumming up a little bit of interest from just random people saying that's a cool looking shirt. That's all awesome and all, but I just want people to know what the Immaculate podcast is about. The more people I can inspire to do something like this, we're going to end up making this world better overall, and that's my own goal. I'm not doing this to get famous. I'm not doing this for any type of clicks. Obviously, I don't even reach out to the news. I don't reach out to radio stations when I do these events. Guys, these are specifically for you, and to know that you guys are a big, pivotal, helpful movement to be able to help me paint a vision and create this and make this memorable for people who can't bless us back. And then ultimately, when we bless other people, God's going to take care of us. And the thing is that's all I could ever ask for. We get blessed every day by waking up. We got clothes on our backs. We have lights on. We have food on the table, water. We got a car. We got a job. I mean, we have a loving family, guys. We can call our moms and dads and grandmothers. Those are all blessings that a lot of people do not pay attention to. And again, I like to reiterate that to realign people to remember these things. And these are things that we should be grateful for. So this is why we're going to keep blessing people who can't bless us back, because so God knows that we're working for Him to teach people that even in the times of hardship, that God still got their back, just like God has our back. So again, I kind of went over the brackets for you guys. I just have like a few notes that I had just for that for the NCAA. So, you know, obviously you guys know the biggest upset today was High Point over Wisconsin. They beat them 83-82. I was definitely on the edge of my seat, especially when the game got in clutch time. Again, yeah, that was a needle in the haystack. It ain't like I generally knew High Point was going to win. But like I said, guys, 5-12 upsets happen every year. It's nothing new. That's just the one I picked, and I also have them going to the Sweet 16. So you better watch out for High Point. That's let's see whatever notes I got. Let's see. 12 versus 5 is a classic upset territory, which I just talked about that. It happens every year. Comes down to usually 1 or 2 points. Wisconsin was a big-name program, but not supposed to go out like that, which we all knew that. High Point just stamped themselves as the Cinderella alert team. That's my pick of the Cinderella team. We'll see what happens, guys. Again, that's just my personal pick. Outside of High Point, who do you guys think's the Cinderella team? I'm curious, because like I said, Cinderella's got to be at least 6 and higher. And I'm looking, I got Miami going to the Final Four. And the only reason why I say High Point is the Cinderella team, because they're such a high seed and no one's expecting them to go that far. I can for sure expect Miami, because Miami's in the ACC. They play tough teams all year round, so they're used to the stiff competition. So when you play in the tournaments like this, some of those teams fold, and when you're a team that plays consistent good teams all year, that does matter in the tournament. So that's why I don't necessarily put Miami as a Cinderella team, but they technically are by being the seed that they are. I know I had Vanderbilt kind of going a little far as well, which that was kind of a throw it out there and see what happens. Obviously, Florida could definitely dominate them. We'll see what happens. I still think Houston's coming out of that bracket regardless if it's Florida or Vanderbilt. But who's your guys' bracket buster, or who's your Cinderella team? I'm definitely curious. Make sure you guys drop that in the comment section. I am curious about that. I have a couple hot takes on here as well. I'm curious to see what your guys' thoughts are. My first hot take is, let's see, your bracket ain't busted. It was just trash from the jump. Everybody wants to blame upsets. Nah, you just don't know ball. And that's just the truth behind it. You guys know that these upsets always happen. You guys look at the records and you guys pick these brackets, and I just personally think you got to stop looking at what the bracket says and start thinking about some of these teams and go, man, you know what? They could pull it off, such as High Point. Again, shout out to High Point. That Cinderella team everybody's hyping up, yeah, they're exposed next round, but feel-good stories don't win championships. And like I said, I think High Point Miami is definitely going to be that Cinderella team. Mid-major team is better playing basketball than half the big schools. Name on the jerseys don't mean nothing in March Madness, and we all know that. So these mid-major teams that are coming in that you really don't know about, those are the teams you got to watch out for that's going after these powerhouse teams, your Floridas, your Michigans, your Arizonas, your Dukes. In my opinion, you know, as being a Duke fan, those are the teams I'm really worried about, is those mid-major teams, because they still have good enough talent to be able to compete. And if we go in with not expecting, you know, them to come out with their best foot forward, that's how we get knocked. I mean, my Dukies almost fell victim to that today. And obviously I was a little worried, yes. And then again, I'm like, man, we still got a whole second half. And we got the best players in the country, hands down, in my opinion. So I knew that we was going to turn it around. But at the same time, you never know. So mid-major teams, in my opinion, are better than some of these bigger schools. So don't fall victim to that, guys. Some of these players aren't built for pressure. Hell, and there for a second, Cam looked shook. You know, so that's why I brought that up, because I ain't gonna lie. Cam looked a little nervous in the first half. I know he was still doing his thing, but I just felt like he wasn't as aggressive as he normally is. So, you know, some of these players just aren't built for the pressure. And it shows bad. Wide open shots, missed free throws. The moment's too big. So you got to be careful again with these big teams, you know, coming in. You thinking, oh, man, Michigan should blow out St. Louis, and then somehow St. Louis stays within 5 points until the last 2 minutes and somehow hits two really big shots. You got to be careful of that. The refs are already influencing games more than people would admit. The momentum swings looking real hard at the questionable calls. Guys, we all know referees live in the moment, so we got to be careful of that. And you know they're going to have a soft spot for these mid-major teams and these Cinderella teams, because they know that these powerhouse teams shouldn't even have close enough games. So you got to be careful, because the refs can alter a game by a bad call and give those mid-major teams and Cinderella teams that momentum to be able to build themselves up and be able to knock a team out. So be very careful of that as well. The team that you picked to win it all, is your team still in the Final Four? That's what I'm curious after this first round today. Again, if you watch this tomorrow, or you watch this a few days from now, or even a week, 2 from now, drop in the comment section and let me know if your Final Four team is still in the bracket. I know all mine are so far, so we'll see what happens there. March Madness is more about heart than talent. You can definitely see who really wants it. Again, these major teams, these mid-major teams, and these Cinderella teams, man, they got heart. I'll never forget when Davidson with Steph Curry. Nobody expected Davidson to come in and do what they did. I know it's Steph Curry, but like, again, they all played with their hearts out, man, and they balled. And we always see these Cinderella teams like Butler and stuff like that come in and they just play with so much passion, because this is all they got. You know what I mean? Like, they're not going to the NBA and they're not going to go play Euro ball, so they're diving for 50-50 balls. They're running through screens. They're going from A to Z. So you got to be careful with those type of teams that give more heart than these powerhouse teams that kind of go in and go, oh yeah, we should smash them by at least 30, and then boom, you end up losing by 2 points because you did not follow through and take the teams as seriously. So be careful of those teams that play with a lot of heart. And I'm mainly take these hot take notes just because I'm kind of just looking at some of these other teams and want to know why, man, how did this team win? And I'm like, man, they had more heart. Or they're like, man, well, why did this team win? Because they were going 50-50 balls. You know, they were diving for balls, and they were help side defense, and their coach was just locked in, and their teammates fed off of it, and the momentum swung after such and such had gotten foul trouble and things like that, which I do believe if my Dukies do lose, it's because Cam got in foul trouble or something along those lines, or Evans or somebody got in foul trouble to where it really hindered our team scoring-wise. So, and the thing is coaching. Coaching teams, coaches are coasting teams, games, just the way teams are coaching, it's all about momentum. And you get one of these small market coaches that just literally just hypes up their team and just goes crazy. That could be able to be the difference between, losing by 15 or winning by points. So I think coaching is going to play a big correlation into it, which I think Coach Shire is one of the best coaches in the country. So I don't have any type of doubt for my Dukies when it comes to coaching. But there's also some really good coaches out there on teams that no one's really thinking about. So another hot take I got, guys, is the transfer portal is very, very, very dangerous. This is where those mid-market teams come in and knock out these powerhouse teams. Is these mid-market teams get these transfers from these powerhouse teams, and these players have a chip on their shoulder. So when they go into the tournament, they're balling out. You know what I mean? These are players that we had on our benches, whether they were at UK, whether they were at UNC, whether they were at Duke, whether they were at Arizona, or any other top team in the country. And these guys rode the bench because there was another star player that was ahead of them, and they thought, well, hell, I'm just going to transfer next year, go play in a small market to mid-major team and become the star there. And then before you know it, they got 2 or 3 other recruits in the transfer portal. And then before you know it, they got a solid team that's going to be able to compete in the tournament. So you guys, again, watch out for these mid-major teams. I promise you, the way I got this bracket set up is explaining through these notes that I have, and this is why I picked it the way that I did. So again, come back to me after like a week. Look at your brackets. Tell me how accurate I am. I'm very curious. Obviously, I'm not always going to be right. Again, this is opinion-based podcast. I don't know if my bracket's going to be perfect. It probably won't, because who the hell does perfect brackets? But all I'm saying is majority of these upset wins, I have a good portion of those in my bracket. And if you don't, you're going to be disappointed by next week, guaranteed. Shout out to you, Drew. Drew said, Duke, yes, sir. Cameron goes crazy. Yes, Cameron does go crazy, bro. I think he's the best player in the country. The only reason why I don't think they're really giving him the love like they're giving some of these other guys is solely because he is playing with other star players. So it is what it is. You got to share the wealth, but I still think Cam is definitely the best player in the country. Let's see. Pretty much, I also think, just kind of throwing a needle in a haystack. If I ever threw a wild, random pick of someone that I think could win the national championship that I did not see winning it, I would probably still throw UConn in there. Guys, you guys know that UConn has literally done it within the last few years. They always manage to seem to slip into the Final Four somehow. So I wouldn't fall short of them. I would definitely keep them in your brackets. If you don't have them going far, you guys definitely need to make sure you reevaluate that. I know Drew said Arkansas. I didn't have Arkansas going that far, to be honest with you, Drew. I had Arkansas. I had them losing to High Point, to be honest with you. I think High Point's that Cinderella team, man. It's going to be a team that everyone gets excited to see. I just think they're going to be able to knock 1 or 2 out. Like I said, they already got Wisconsin today. I think they're going to get Arkansas next, and then I think they're going to fall short to Arizona. I think it's going to be a competitive game where people get behind it, but I ultimately think Arizona just has better talent, and I think talent, unfortunately, is going to outwork the hard-working team of High Point. We shall see. I could be totally wrong, and Arkansas could blow them out, and they can mess around and beat Arizona. I don't think it's going to happen, but you never know. Anyway, guys, I wanted to give you guys a little hot take on the March Madness bracket. Like I said, guys, make sure you come back and fact check my bracket. I am continuously going to keep this updated. I will talk with you guys soon about the brackets to give you guys an updated version so I can either humiliate my own self or I can sit there and talk my ish and told you, I told you so. I told you so. I told you so. And then at the end of the day, when y'all want to sit there and be like, damn, Mike, is you right? All I'm going to tell you is I'm going to hit you with a Falcon punch and say that I know that I was right. The Immaculate knows what he's talking about because he knows about motherfucking sports. So I'm about to bid you guys a farewell. I also need to give you guys a heads up. Tomorrow at 6:30, I will have another podcast episode. This one is specifically talking about center point energy. I know that has been a topic, guys. It was supposed to be on Sunday. I had torn my tricep on Saturday, so guys, I was out of commission. I could not do it. I was in a bunch of pain. I'm technically still in a bunch of pain, but the pain meds that they gave me kind of helped tone that down. That's why I'm here talking to you guys right now. I couldn't do it Sunday, but I'm here now, so I'm rescheduling it for tomorrow. So make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. I know everybody complains about their center point bill. If you have questions, I have someone that has all the answers about center point. Guys, this guy is very knowledgeable. He knows what's going on in the inner city. He knows what's going on a lot with center point. So you guys hit me with the center point questions so that way I can ask him in real time. I'm also going to brainstorm a bunch of questions as well for tomorrow. So please, 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 guys, tune into that. That is going to be a big hit for the Evansville area because we all are disgusted with center point. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. My center point bill ain't that bad, okay? I'm not going to pretend like I'm one of y'all that's got these couple $100 center point bills. I ain't got that. I'm grateful for that. This ain't a rub it in your face thing, but I'm just saying, like, sure, would I want my bill a little bit cheaper? Absolutely. But I'm not complaining because I've seen what some of y'all's bills look like, and y'all shit look like a fucking house payment. So I don't know what the hell y'all be doing at home. But again, if you're curious, you guys want to ask the questions, I will have someone sitting in this seat who can answer any question about center point, why the bills keep going up, the reason behind it, what to expect going forward, and things like that. And also what's going on in Evansville, and things to be expecting to come with Evansville as well. This is events. This guy's going to be running for office coming soon, guys. So again, make sure you guys come in tomorrow at 6:30. The Immaculate podcast is going to continuously push out content. Since your boy is injured, he's going to be focusing a lot more on the podcast because he ain't going to have nothing better else to do. So I'm going to make sure I get some fucking content to push out to keep you people entertained. So I will bid you a farewell. I will catch you guys tomorrow on the next episode of the Immaculate Podcast. That is TheImmaculatePodcast.
It's the Immaculate Podcast.
You are now listening to the Immaculate One.
The Immaculate Podcast.
You are now tuned into the Immaculate One.
It's the Immaculate Podcast.
You are now listening to the Immaculate One.
It's the Immaculate Podcast.
You are now tuned into the